start our very good conversation. So we're gonna play a game instead of, I think we don't need the rooms today. So we're gonna be in the same room, everybody. I'm just quite curious about this meeting. So let me put the questions in here so we can start with this. And so we're gonna play a game. In this game, I'm going to put out some situations. Okay, so you have these situations in here. And this is quite wrong. It's going to be a game. It's not Jane, it's game. My mistake. I changed my computer settings to Spanish, and it's driving me crazy today. So I'm sorry about that. So we have some situations here. I'm gonna read them, and I want you to add one or subtract one from you. So everybody starts with 0. It's like the video we watch it. So first situation, if you know about your parents or grandparents' history, for example, where they come from, the nationality, or some kind of history, then you just add 1 to yourself. Okay. Second situation, have you ever been asked about the receipts or where or how did you buy the things you bought when you are on the street or you are somewhere, like you're driving a car, riding a bicycle, or you're carrying your phone or whatever? If so, if you have been ever been asked, then subtract 1. When you're on, like, walking on the streets, or you're going to the shopping mall, or you're going to shop, or in the market, are you followed by guards, cops, or any security person? Do you feel that you're being like watched by anybody? So if you so, then subtract 1. Are you the only person in your family to speak English? If you are, then subtract 1. Okay. Did you study in private schools? Then you add 1. Did your parents graduate in college? Add 1. Have you ever traveled abroad? If you do, +1. Do you have a management position at the moment? Like, do you work and you are the manager? So +1. I guess everybody has a result now, okay? And we are going to talk about it. But before we start, let me show you the questions we have for tonight. We have 8 questions. And the first one is to present yourself, sharing your points, the result you got. Okay, so I'm gonna just open up for anyone to answer. I'm not going to choose anyone. If you feel comfortable, just raise your hand or just unmute yourself and start presenting yourself and sharing your result.
Okay, good evening. My name is Alex from Colombia. I am a musician and I am here because I want to improve my English. And my score in the game is 0.
0?
0.
Great, very good. Anna, welcome aboard. We are talking about white privilege, and I'm gonna share you some of the instructions we have. Is it your first time, Anna? First time in here? É a primeira vez que você vem aqui?
Fala comigo? Boa
Yes.
noite.
Yes. Is it your first time?
Ai, desculpa, não falo inglês.
You don't speak English. Okay, no problem. Ana, vou te explicar em português rapidinho. Esses encontros, eles são 100% em inglês. Aqui é uma imersão para a gente conversar e praticar o idioma, tá? Se você não fala inglês, a gente tem um espaço em que a gente dá aulas, a gente oferece algumas aulas por R$19,90 por mês, tá? Caso você tenha interesse. R$20 por mês para você ter acesso a algumas aulas de inglês, dicas, plano de estudo. A gente tem um grupo no WhatsApp para isso, tá? But we speak English here. You are more than welcome. Você é mais que bem-vinda para participar e ouvir a gente, tá? Mas se você não conseguir se comunicar em inglês, a gente pergunta e responde 100% em inglês.
Então posso ficar?
Yes, of course. You can. Pode sim. Fica à vontade. Okay?
Thank you.
Very good. So, who's next? Who wants to bring next the presentation and the results?
I thought in the wood, but I can go. So my name is Wellington, but you guys can call me Well, that doesn't know me yet. I'm from Salvador. I'm 26. I'm a host here, and my score was 2 negatives. Yeah, say this way, 2 negatives?
Yeah, -2.
-2.
Yeah, so Alex 0, Well -2. Paula, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Oh gosh. Well, hello everyone. I am Paula. I'm 36 years old. I'm from the Gratuita, Bahia. And yeah, my score was 4.
Great, very good. +4. Endo, what about you?
So my name is Ido Miller. I'm from Goiânia, and my score was -2.
Great. José, eu voy a hablar un poquito de español. José.
When everybody see the name Jose, they want to talk with me in Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it feels that for me too. So please present yourself.
So, my name is Jose. I'm from Ceará. I'm graduate from the Federal University of Ceará in languages, in Spanish language. But I always love language, and I study English by myself. And I discover TNT occasionally with a friend of mine, and I love the idea. And this is my 4th meet on TNT. The first one, the second, and the third with Spanish, and now I'm trying this challenge to myself in English. My score, it was I feel uncomfortable because I didn't even know if I have some kind of privilege, but now I feel a little bit embarrassed because my score was 4.
+4. Very good. Yeah, we're gonna discuss about that. So welcome aboard. In case you want to be a host to help us in our Spanish group, you're more than welcome. We can talk later. Okay, just send me a message on Telegram. If you're there, you can reach me out on Telegram or on the website. You're gonna see an information. You can reach me out in there. Very good. And what about Hey Rocha? Are you still there? Yeah. present yourself, bring up your score. Renata Rocha. Yeah.
Hey, good
Yeah.
evening, everyone. So, my name is Renata Rocha. I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I am a teacher and my score was 0.
0, very good. Renata, 0. Blessing, are you there?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Blessing. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Campinas. And despite being a black woman, my score is 0. Even nothing ever traveled abroad and do not have a management position. I don't know if I consider these 2 questions like -1.
Yeah. If you, yeah, no, you just don't add anything. You just like, you don't subtract. Just that. But very good. Let me see, Lidiana, and you.
Philip, sorry, I'm confused with this game. Sorry, but yes, my name is Lidiana. I'm 32 years old. I'm from São Paulo City. About this question, the first one, if you know about your parents, your grandparents' history, yes, I know my grandparents' history. The second one about the receipts, not it not happening with me. The third one is not. And are you the only person in your family to speak English? Yes. I'm second. Yes. Did you study in private school? No, I'm studying public school. Did your parents graduate in the college? No. Have you ever traveled abroad? Yes, I have ever traveled abroad 30 times, 4 times. Do you have a managed position? No, I am not a managed position. Sorry, Philippe.
No problem. So you get +2.
+2. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Very good. So what is this all about? This is all about privilege. So I got 5, and I know I have a lot of privilege. I am aware of that. And because I have a lot of privilege, that's one of the reasons I decided to work with education and to help people. I don't know if most of you know that, but I taught English for Educafro for about 2 years as a math teacher. I was a math teacher in between 2007 and 2009. Every Saturday, every two, it was 2 Saturdays in a month.
Educafro em Santo Amaro?
No, it was Educafro here in Moca, Zona Leste. São Paulo.
Ah, okay, very good. I know Educafro in Santo Amaro.
Yeah, they have a lot of facilities around Brazil, and they do a very good job. So I was one of the volunteers for some time, and I also taught English in a public school on Sunday mornings in Aricanduva neighborhood here in São Paulo for 6 months for Escola da Família. It's a project from São Paulo, how can I say, City Hall, I think I can say that. So I have been trying to help people, especially because I have had lots of opportunities. Okay. So my very first question, and I'm gonna ask especially Jose and Paula, how did you feel about the game? And why was it uncomfortable? So, Jose, please.
I didn't even know if I was feeling now uncomfortable. I didn't even know. I didn't have no idea about this. But now I'm just feel a little bit embarrassed because I realize I know that I have some kind of privilege. And when I was watching the video, I got a little bit sad about the video. But at the same time, when you start to ask me the questions, and I start talking to myself about my history, and then I realize it that I had some privilege in my life. But I think it's not kind of white privilege, but I think my family had worked a lot to give us, me and my brother, some kind of privilege because I'm from a very poor family, and my family had to work a lot for this. And I also work in a public school.
Very good. Very good. Yes, good to know. Good to know a little bit more about you. And again, I really feel that you fit to what we are looking for on hosts to help the project. So in case you want to apply, it's going to be a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me go to Paula. And you, Paula.
I think it's Jose told everything, First, I felt, I don't know, embarrassing, because of the situation, and I just realized how privileged I am. So I think that's it.
But did you feel uncomfortable?
Yes, that was the feeling, I was just, oh gosh, yeah, uncomfortable.
Very good. And what about?
Philip, sorry, go on.
No problem. No, I have just sent you the link in case you want to apply. That's the direct link to apply for being a host, and then we get an interview and
Okay.
we have a talk, basically.
I was talking about the discussion that we have here in Brazil about I don't know how to say this in English, but racial quota. And we have a big discussion here in Brazil about is it correct or not? Is it as some kind of a black privilege or poor guy privilege? Because we also have some poor white people that need to be in public university. And but in the final of the video, when the white people in the front start to running, and then we realize then black people that was in the background, they have to do a big effort to reach them. So this is so simple video then that make us to realize that it is important to have some racial quota in Brazil. It is not a kind of black privilege. And it is important because they are so long denied in their rights.
Yeah, and we have no idea how many people, especially black people, they die to reach the same point as white people. So yeah, there's a lot of discussions. We're gonna talk throughout the week about this, I'm pretty sure, and I think we have already started this discussion in here. But I'm curious to talk with Endo and Well. They got -2, and I'm gonna start with Endo first. Endo, how do you feel about your score and about others?
Oh, I'm feel, I think I'm in the process. I'm on that process, understanding the things that I have believed in my life, and try to overcome this problem through the education. That of course, I think I starting to take my life as an political act, in that terms, to help and other people like me that had their then rights denied, during the whole life. So it's something that I'm trying to change, in my life. And, that's the point that Jose already shared with us, I have to work a lot. That's it, because I don't have, things to help me. I have to using a lot of tools best I can, so yeah, that's it.
Very good. Then Yoel.
Yeah, I thought I had some privileges, but not, maybe if were more questions like on the video, I could get another grade. But I knew, like, I guess we had the only support in education to change what we are living, by ourselves. Like Jose said, you have to struggle and fight twice more than the others to get the same. You have always to show your best and do your best to achieve this. It's kind of, that, for example, Paula and Jose had these privileges are not they fault exactly. It's from all the system, and it's kind of hard to change this just by the people. You have all the structure behind to change this. And I guess because of this, they felt so embarrassed. I felt the same, even though I didn't get a positive score, because we feel like hopeless. We cannot do anything, at least we thought this, If I do something, or just you, or just them, it is nothing maybe will change. But we try, we try to change these things. Fighting by ourselves or not, but it's kind of like a big difference that we had with simple questions.
Yeah, and well, we have a lot of things to ask, and I guess I'm not going to follow the questions, okay, because the conversation is going to a different way. But in case you want to get the questions to answer after that, feel free for that. So we are talking about, and Jose told something really important about racial quota. And I'm gonna ask one person. I think she has a lot of things to share. Blessing, do you think is it important to have racial quotas? How do you feel, and how do you see this?
I think it is important. Why this is important? We do not have the same baseline to run. So for this reason, it's important. My context, for example, is some different, like Brazilian population, because my parents are Nigerian. So this question about the if I had the only person in my family who speak English, in my case, this is not possible because my parents speak English. So for this reason, I I believe the positive in my case. And for example, my life, my parents are foreign. I don't know it's right to spell like that, foreign in Brazil. So for this reason, they work and studied a lot. For this reason, my parents they have college too, and like well in the education always was the first option in my life, and my parents transferred that for me and to my brothers and sisters. And today I'm working on Magazine Luiza as a trainee, and this is an important question in our program because we were able to work. We were able to bring innovation to the company, but if we do not have the opportunity to do that, it's complicated. I don't know. I am a good example to racial politicals. For example, in this in some company.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Totally get it. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about it later. I'm just going to ask all of you, do you feel or are you aware of the privilege you have, especially those people who don't how can I say that, they don't feel or they don't you're not black, like, because yeah, there's a discussion on that as well. But if are you aware of your privilege? Some of you, like,
Yeah,
do you have
I would like to say that I'm aware in that, in terms that, I think some of the privilege that I have as a black man is that I have all my family. I have my father, I have my mother, I have my sister, and I never had to work, to support my education. And it's no, it sounds like a normal thing, but it's not. For the black people here in Brazil, it's not a normal thing, but and so comparing with the black people from, I don't know, another place, that I know some friends of mine that have to work a lot, they didn't finish then university or even the high school, so I consider privilege in that terms.
anyone else wants to share some of the privilege you think you have or that you really have? Ligiana, Alex.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's difficult for me to be Jewish for something related with my grandparents and my parents. For example, in this case, the questions don't favor me. For me, we are all the same, for me. But for society, is not like that. And not everyone have the same opportunities. Maybe my score was 0. And if I compare my score with Philip or with Jose or Paula, maybe I can feel sad Yeah. But it's not your fault. But if I compare myself with other people, for example, I have two friends, black friends, and they didn't have the same opportunities like me. Even if I don't mean my parents or my grandparents didn't go to the school, the university, and my mother died a lot of time ago, then my father go, and I live alone, and it's hard, but there are a lot of people that live in very hard situations. If I compare myself with this person, I realize that I have a lot of privilege nowadays. Yeah. For example, if I have this apartment, it's a privilege for me. Yeah. A lot of people don't have a house, don't have food, don't have clothes, and it doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter if I don't have if my grandparents or my parents didn't go to the school. For me, they give me a lot of value. And now I am Alex. Now I am a good person. And I have a lot of privilege. Yeah, this is my opinion.
Very good. Anyone else? Renata? Do you want to share something? Renata, do you feel you have privilege over other people, like work or I don't know?
I don't know if you guys can read me well, because my internet's not working well, I can see. But I always knew that I don't have privileges. I mean, the white privilege. I think I thought like Alex. Of course, when I look around, I have a house, I have food, I have clothes, I'm working. Nowadays, it's too important. But also, I came from a simple family, and I needed to run a lot, follow the things that I wanted. I needed to study a lot at home to go to a public university, and I studied in a public school. Yeah, but if I let Alex said, if I look around and I have a house to live, I have food, I have clothes, I have this kind of things. And yes, of course, I had opportunity to go to university, a good university, public university, and yeah, it is a kind of privilege.
So let me ask all of you something else. Picture this. You're white, blonde, blue eyes. Your parents, they work on the top companies of the world. They are managers there. For example, Apple, Facebook, Nubank. Nubank just got 5,000 and millions. I don't know how much they got now. But imagine this. Your parents, they have access to the top people in the world. Do you remember that joke of the FGV college that they were like, oh, there is like a game and they needed to call, like they were fresh people, like they were in the first year of college, and they misunderstood the game and they started to call people they know. So they started to call like friends, like Sergio Moro, like Luciano Huck, like politicians, for example, Michel Temer. So imagine this: you were white, blonde, blue eyes, and you have connection with this kind of people. Do you think you would have a better life than you have now? Like a better job, maybe a better house, maybe better opportunities?
For sure. Maybe I would be like the next Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know. But, if you had these opportunities, it's really easier. We know here on TNT how connections really help. We don't have connections with big people, but we had some people here on TNT that could get a really good job because of TNT, inside of TNT, because met different people. And I guess having access like these, it's kind of what people say, money doesn't even matter when you have this kind of connections, but at the same time, you had money. Like if you want to start, for example, if you would start TNT having $1 million, would be a completely different project. You could reach a lot of different people. You could, I don't know, maybe give smartphone and access for people that doesn't have. Academy could be for free for people that cannot afford, the power that you have is completely different. The power of changing that you have in hands, it's really extreme when you had this kind of access, you don't have like to struggle so much. You can just ask for any of your parents to give you a hand to talk to someone, as the students for FGV did. You could like to try to start working at Magalu and not have to pass through a process like trainee, as Blessing did. That is really challenging and difficult, and a lot of people did. And you could start there just like an intern directly, after being prepared to be a manager really easily, or run your own company. Life would be really easier than this one that we had here. We would be polyglot already.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes, and I would like to add some points. And today I had a class, and we met Rosa Alba Berno, if I thought it's like that to pronounce your last name. And she said about 4 types of luck that we have. Biological is this situation that you share with us, Phil. Educational and people and opportunities. For me, in my case, I understood these 4 subjects of luck like privilege, but some to be that we have in our society. And for biological questions, and we have points like races that we people who believes in supremacy of a race, for example. This is so bad. And we had questions about slavery, for example, in Brazil. And your impacts of behind these generations. And when we talk about education, for the first question, that is biological, we have impacts too, because we do not have money to with quotation marks, please, to spend in education for our children, for example. We need to work to survive. and people, we do not have it, opportunity that people would bring our capacity to identify our positive points that we have. And when we look at opportunity, we do not have an extractor that look at that our potential. How can we make some activity, for example? We do not have these opportunities. So I don't know it was clear for you guys, but
No, I get it. I get it. And I'm gonna ask, I don't know if Lidiana is there. She's quiet. Can you hear me? Lidiana?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
I know you're quiet. Maybe you're a little bit shy, and that's okay.
No, no. I'm feel uncomfortable with some questions, for example, but I don't think that I have privilege. Uh, for example, I know my history. When my grandparents arrived here in São Paulo, they lived under the bridge, and it is, for example, I am not a black woman, but my grandparents is black people, and I don't know. It is my opinion. I don't have big privilege, but yes, now I have internet. I have my job. I have other things. But for example, my parents don't have graduate. And for example, my mom was a housekeeping. My father was a housekeeping, and uh, but for my parents, the graduate is very important because this I have graduate, and my brothers have graduate too, and it is so hard because our society is very 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 uh, disequality. I don't know in English, disequality.
Yeah, unequal.
Unequal, thanks, unequal, and but I believe that there are different opportunities today, and this topic, unqueerable, is very very important now, and I don't know. That's it, Philip.
Very, very good. And let me ask you, do you believe if your parents, they had studied at Fundação Getúlio Vargas, or if you have studied in schools like in the top private schools in Brazil, do you think you would have other opportunities or better opportunities than you have?
Yes, yes, of course, because if you study a private school, you have a contact with a rich person. Because if you pay the private school for your children, you don't pay the content. You pay the contact with a rich person. You pay with the group that your son or your daughter have. For
The friends
example,
they will have.
yes,
It's
yes, the
it's
group. The
some
group. For example,
it's
I
a
studied.
networking, no? It's sometimes a kind of a networking that you are paying for.
Yes, yes, network is the best word for describe this situation. Because, for example, I studied in public school. Yes, I know that I don't have a lot of content, but it is common because public school in Brazil is not good. For example, if you have an opportunity that study in private school, you have more knowledge, more content. It is important.
More access.
Yes, you have more access with different culture, with different teachers, and
People.
I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is important.
Very good, very good. And Jose, you told in the beginning, so Lidiana, very good. I'm just linking your answer to Jose. Jose, you told you were, do you teach in a public school at the moment?
Yeah.
And can you, how do you see this environment for people in a public school? Yeah, I'm not going to say a lot of things. Please just bring your thoughts.
I agree with Lydia. The private school, they have this kind of situation. They have a little bit more knowledge, or I don't know, or maybe we think that they should be with more knowledge and preparing their students. No, at least we should think there are they doing that. And sometimes the thought that we have, if the public school, they are don't preparing their students. But this is also not correct, because we also have a very nice, good, a very good public school. No, and we also have a very good teachers that are working and making the best that they can to construct a knowledge with the students of public schools. And I see this example in my school every day. No, in my school we have good results in every year with our students having access with the federal university here in Brazil.
Yeah.
So this is that could be measured our work, because it's not only something that I'm talking to you. The proof is our students having access to the university or our work, no, or a job. This is proof our result in a public school. But I really like to have to make a little comment about your first situation when you picture it to us a white person, blonde person with rich people. And this situation make me think about my mom. When I was a kid, I grew up with my mom saying to me, it's good to be poor. It's very nice to be poor. And I think to myself, why she's talking that? Why she's thank you to God to be poor. Because she always said to me that there is some things that we only can live or realize being poor. That there is some things that we never realize being rich. So I think that I was this person that you picture it to us, white, blonde, with a lot of money. Yeah, I agree that I have so many privileges, but I'm completely sure that I'm not the person that I am now, because having a poor life make me to notice the people that are beside me, you know?
So you had experience that you could not have.
Yeah. Nina Simone have a very nice song about this, because they think I'm got no money, I got no school, I'm got no so many things. But in the final of the lyrics, she asked to herself, and what I have my color, I have my black, I have my lungs, I have myself. So this experience we only have when we are in the other side of the situation, to more aware about our society and what privilege is.
Yes, I would just add that we should not suffer too much in life, you know. But yeah, I agree. I understand that. It's a very good point of view. Very good. Just to finish, Blessing, you raised your hand. You're the last one to speak up.
Okay. Guys, I understood points. Thank you for sharing. But I'm not agree with some points that you shared. The first point, for example, is to romanticizing the poor people. This is not so good. The best situation is all of yours to become of the same line. It's okay, happens, and this is not so good. This this I don't know how can I put that, but this impact our lives and the way of we see the world. But it's important not to romanticize in this situation. And other point to put too, it's the phenotype of racism. For example, we 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 have an example of a white woman, blonde, and etc. But we have black lives died. For example, a girl who was pregnant and 24 years old. I don't remember.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's right. And for example, she studied. She has college, but she's died for the police. So uh, uh, it's important to split these two things. We talk about races, not about poor people, but the poor people, the major of poor people is black people, but not only poor people.
Yeah.
It's only my point.
Yeah, we had a full week talking about poverty, right? So we're gonna bring those topics again. We're gonna bring hard topics to TNT because it's really important to, discuss and think on things that usually we don't. Okay, so that's the purpose of TNT, to raise awareness. It's not just languages. Actually, it's not about languages. The language is just an excuse that we have to connect, to help, and to learn something. So we are using English to talk about racism, to talk about privilege, to talk about poverty. How many good things we have learned today.
Yeah, it was so important what a blessing told into us in this final meeting, in the final of the meeting, because most people that are who are black. And I know that it have a little difference because we're talking about racism and the poor people, because we also have white people that are poor. but it's two different things. But in the final, it was so important that you explain to us to not instrumentalize this discussion about the racism and Black people and this kind of inequality situation in society, because most part of these people are Black, and sometimes we get a little bit confusion, and we get in some kinds of discussion about racism and pull in our conversation here. But it was so important. Thank you very much for your point, because it was so good.
Yes, and I want to thank you all, Blessing, Renata, Ana, that's still here. Congratulations. Ana, você está aqui, só o fato de você estar aqui ouvindo a gente, isso demonstra um poder de ação e de vontade de aprender o idioma. Isso não é fácil. As pessoas desistem quando entra aqui e não sabem falar o idioma. Então, parabéns. É só o primeiro passo de uma longa jornada dentro do aprendizado do inglês. Seja na iAprendiz, seja numa outra escola, seja sozinha, onde quer que seja. Essa jornada é sua e se você precisar da nossa ajuda, a gente está por aqui. Então, parabéns.
Obrigada. Só peço desculpa, é que me informaram errado. Até foi a minha filha que achou que seria para inglês iniciante, né? Aí falou, mãe, dá para você fazer a inscrição. Desculpa.
Não precisa pedir desculpa. A gente tem encontros de iniciantes também, só que os encontros são pagos para iniciantes, porque a gente tem um professor, a gente paga um professor, a gente prepara um professor, a gente paga 3, 4 vezes a mais que o mercado está pagando, tá, para um professor, porque a gente acredita na preparação e na remuneração desses professores. Então, a gente tem uma academia em que a gente dá as aulas e treina, né? A gente tem uma porta de entrada que é o grupo do WhatsApp, que a gente oferece algumas aulas ali gratuitas, inclusive amanhã cedo a gente vai ter uma aula para quem está no grupo do WhatsApp, que a gente vai dar a Renata participa, né, dessas aulas, inclusive. Então, a gente tem um link aí do WhatsApp, se você quiser participar, que é onde a gente, enfim, é o que ajuda a gente a manter o projeto também, uma das coisas que ajuda a gente a manter o projeto.
Tá bem, depois eu pego as informações. Foi um prazer em conhecer todos.
Prazer,
Uma boa noite.
Boa noite.
Tchau.
E eu
Bye, bye.
posso falar uma coisa rapidinho, 30 segundos. Lidiane até mandou aqui, e o que Blessing falou foi bem importante. Eu não sei se você ainda pode mudar o tópico de sexta-feira, mas eu acho que por conta da realidade até que a gente vive no Brasil e dessa questão de maioria das pessoas pobres serem pretas ou pardas, a gente acaba confundindo os temas e é algo normal. Significa que a gente precisa ainda aprender muito sobre o assunto. Não é algo que a gente tem que pedir desculpa, é algo que a gente vai cometer o erro ainda. E o objetivo até dessa semana inteira, né? É a gente buscar mais informação, a gente se sentir mais interessado. E aí, não sei se alguém vai trazer esse tema essa semana, mas é algo bom da gente discutir, entender porque a gente ainda acaba misturando essas coisas e acaba pensando dos dois lados, porque são questões similares, mas diferentes. As dores são um pouco diferentes.
Sim, and I'm going just getting back to English because if we start speaking Portuguese, then we're gonna go like up to 1, 2 a.m. So I'm finishing up. We have a feedback form. What is this feedback form? Is for just to tell if you like it or not, this meeting, if you would recommend us or not. And there are some very quick questions in there. And I would appreciate a lot if you could spend some time just answering it. Even if it's the second or third time you have already done it, every time you come to TNT, and if you could answer this, it's going to help a lot. And please bring a suggestion. If you want to criticize somehow, you're more than welcome. I personally read all the comments, all of them, every single one. So please answer the feedback. It's going to help us a lot to improve and get better. Jose, if you want to apply for being a host, again, you're more than welcome. Just feel free to apply. All the others, Endel, Alex, Lidiana, Jose, Well, Anna, Renata, Blessing. You have no idea how proud and how happy I am to have you here, because it's late at night. Everybody, I hope, is going to wake up early in the morning to work or whatever, but we have our things. So thank you for being here with me. I have another meeting on Thursday night in Portuguese, and another meeting with me on Friday at 7 p.m., the last one of the week. Okay, not the last one, because we have on Saturday as well, okay, this week. So thank you all. It's a part of the process, no problem about mistakes or this, misunderstanding. Yeah, I just got the message from Jose, and he sent just for me. I'm gonna send to everybody. Oops. Yeah. So he said, yeah, I think everybody mixes the topic. It's okay. It happens. It's not, there's no right or wrong. It's just to we start in a way and then we go to another way, and it happens. So have a good night, everybody. See you. I hope I can see you still this week, and enjoy the rest of the week talking about racism. Thank you so much, and
See ya, guys.
bye-bye. Wash your hands as well.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.